Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Hello, hello. Hope everybody's well. Hello. Oh gosh, it's warm in here. Right, I'm going to leave it a few minutes because there's so much I've got to think about and do. Let's just show you what I've done. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. I am prolific. I have to write everything down. I have to colour it in and draw it, and I feel like I can't do it unless I've done it in the book. Crazy. Anyway, good afternoon, all my lovely friends and people who even bother. We're on, July journal journey number. Is it 6 this one? It isn't it? 6. Where we're drawn to words. Now I am a logophile, or if you don't call me a lexiphile. I just love words. I just think words are amazing because they portray so much. So on my table, I've got this used to be for when I was doing pictures and lives and stuff, because the black that gives you glare and all that malarkey. So that doesn't. But on here, I'm going to be doing a little bit of work with masking tape. Now there's a surprise. So I've got on my little equipment desk, I've got some different sorts of masking tape sizes. That's a really good one to have. That it's a double-sided tape, which I might get to do with the I might get to use this with the, what do you call it? Oh, for God's sake, what's it called? I might get to use this with text paper and stuff. But yeah, keep a selection. I always put like a string through them, or I've got a box in there that they can go in. So with that, I've got that. I've got some black paper. I have got some, now, I have to admit, I couldn't stop working on him, which is a yay, because that means the mojo's okay. So I'm going to go through now. Some of these I have worked on, and I've put, can you see? And I've put washi tape on that I found, and it's not sticking, look, and I'm afraid washi tape's made like that, so you can see the little glints and stuff. So I have been working on them just to see what sticks and what doesn't. Some gold infractions, I don't even know if that's a word, but can you see? So particularly nice. Yeah, absolutely love those. And then these needed tarting up a bit because they were a bit dowdy. So I put, stuff on them. And then I've got these which were not finished yet, which were really just the masking tape that I'd done. So you can see I've put some little lines on it. I'm going to take some of the stuff that's coming off, because you can just see tape. And I want to do a little bit more on these opposite pages. I don't want to do too much. I don't want to get it too messy. And I think I've actually found that lighter is better for me at the moment. So I've got some coloured pens. I've got some paint markers. So and I picked these up. These are the Shaw and Marsh ones, but you could use any, absolutely any. I'm using Shaw and Marsh, I'm using water brushes, I'm using anything at hand, to be honest. So, there's my water brushes. I've got a big paint marker, some Poscas, like that. Oh! I didn't show you what else I've done, which is what we're going to finish. Well, not finishing with it, but we're going to do some work. And this is the wording. So I've been looking at keywords and, you know, sayings like associative thinking, muse, source of inspiration, discovery, finding something new, conceptual flair, talent of and for strong concepts, dreaming big, savvy. And I've decided I really like these fonts where they're different sizes. So I'm going to be looking at those today, and then, you know, if we take a font and then just cut it out and create it on each page, that's cool. And the font can be just what's on your head at the moment. Now, I'm using a white titanium, golden, which goes a long way, and I'm using some paint markers. I haven't primed these, so if they're a bit unjuicy at the moment, then we know why, because I've not primed them. Should have given them a good shake before. So I'm going with analogous or analogous colours, and I'm just putting these colours down to give it a little bit of a mess. And then I'm going to get a brush. Oh, don't put your phone under the brush, you banana. And I'm just going to go like that. Now, as you can see, the pens dry really quick, so the answer to that is I'm going to need something working while it's... So I'm going to go back to my neo colours, and I'm going to put a little bit of colour in this way. I should have primed them, it's my fault. So I'm just going to add a little bit of paint, pen paint, sorry, and I'm going to go back with some white. And the beauty of using these is that it doesn't really it doesn't activate until you ask it to. So lovely. So I've got this soft drop colour. I love that. And I could just add in whatever I want on the top. You know, if I want to add some more colour, I can. So leave that to dry for a minute. So I've got a solid base. I'm going to do this now. So I'm going to keep these similar because, and then I can have it as one feed if I want. You know, rather than having it two separate feeds. I'm going to have this a bit darker now. So what I'm going to do with this, because I've wet it a little bit, I can now deepen the colour. Just keep going with it. Go back to this one. See how wet, dry they are now. Now, It's still not 100% dry, but I'm not worried about that because that's something I can deal with. Okay, so now I'm going to add the red. And I think this takes out the scariness, right, of being perfect with colour, because you can't be. You know, you've got to really just let it go, because the colour isn't this. This is just one way of achieving it. It's not the end way. So I'm just getting a little bit of I want to just add, it's so drying so fast. I'm going to use my finger and see if that helps. Sort of. But I do need some deeper colour on it. Yeah, like that. Right. Get this one. I want to get a deeper colour around the sides just to bring this out, because I think it's being lost as we look at it. So, see if this will work on it. Sometimes it kills your paint, as you know. That's better. That's better. You can see from, you know, using it once it's primed how different it is. I'm going to use it again on this side. So, just adding colour, nice bright colours, you know, just to the backs basically of the ones I'm working on. And nothing hyper special, is that even a word? Nothing extra special or anything like that. I'm just leaving them to dry a little bit. Okay, so I might do another one while I'm in the mood, and I might go for blues this time. So I'm going to go for turquoise, blues, greens, chartreuse, and purple, believe it or not, because that really does go. So I'm going to go with light and I can do both pages because it doesn't activate until I add water or something, and then it activates. So just bringing in. It's not chartreuse, is it? It's yellow green. Yeah, it's chartreuse, I think. Well, I would call it, but they've probably got another name for it. Olive green. Well, yeah, I suppose it is. Don't look like that, does it? Please don't be afraid of putting colour down. There's absolutely nothing to be frightened of, because at the end of the day, it is just a mere piece of paper. And nothing to get hung up about. No, sorry. Nothing to be too stressed about. So I need a little bit of green. Then I will just put that on last, because that will be the colour that will change things. So now I'm just going to use a little bit of water, she says, and I'm going to go with the lights first. I'm not going to keep it clean, but trying to keep some of the colours clean. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. I did the other day when I was trying to keep the brushes clean. So I sort of had each one a different brush, so each colour had a different brush. But yeah, it's just about adding water to the neo colours and then just letting the water do the stuff, and then you can put paint on top of it, because there's quite a lot of water down now. So we used to do this in year 7 as a way of experimenting with texture, paint, everything, because it's all about composition and finding your eye, and you know, tonally adding white, how it changes things, brings colours alive or dampens them or brightens them, and a colour being next to another colour, and now you can blend them really well. Back it up like that line bit. Oh, that's better. And if you want to, you can just, I've seen lots of people do this. It's a really good way of experimenting with colour without going too dark, because it can go dark, but adding the white over the top. And it all depends whether you're using white or whether you're using gesso, because gesso will change it completely, because it's not a white paint as such, it is a primer, and you get a different effect. So I used to say, oh, use gesso, that's fine, and that is fine, but if you want white, then you have to use white, because gesso takes on the colours of the others. It is different. So yeah, but you have to do artwork in order for that to appear, because you don't know otherwise. So here we've got I'm pushing out some like colours to the end so that I'm not forgetting the edges. And each colour's got a beautiful, with these Caran d'Ache anyway, they've got a beautiful way of blending or being bright, or you know. So you see how it can be two different, or it can be one piece. Now I do love this olive green here peeping out, so I'm just going to put a little bit here. I think I'll leave it till it's a little bit drier. There we go. You see that? Right, okay. So we've got that. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Look how that's dried now. Totally different. Now, the one colour that's going to work well on this is going to be green. So I'm just going to do one, because I wasn't going to do this. I don't want it to be green. I want it, believe it or not, to tone the red down. There you go. So the green acts as a dampener or a dullifying or a darkening or a toning the red down, so that there's a difference between the background, and so it'd be like blue and orange, red and green, yellow and purple. Those colours calm the underlying colours, so it deepens red, darkens it. You know, instead of, you don't use black, use the opposite. There, I'm loving it. So you can see, got that one there, a little bit more in. I think I need a bit of a fire in this one, so I think I need a little bit of fluorescent, so and then a tiny bit of white just to break that little bit up. If there are any lines that shouldn't be there, they won't be. See, I like that bright red there, so ooh. Love it. Right, so I'm going to leave them. So different from the other day, isn't it? So different. So here, I'm going to use a little bit of purple on this. I'm just going to put a little bit of, not too much. It's still pretty damp, but not, it's not sort of really, really desperately damp. So, orange on the brush. So, I'll have to wash it. The orange will have a bit of a play havoc with it, so that's better. See how the purple's just makes you go a bit squiggy eyed, doesn't it? Purple just tiny tonal thing, but it makes a difference, believe it or not. So anyway, the journal so far, right. Well, I'm absolutely loving it. I have sat with my friend Rachel several days now, and I've been working, and I wanted to work. I didn't before. So it really does help to just pick up your brushes, your paints, your pens, and just go for it. So we're going to do some wording now. Before I do that, I can show you how the impact of colour can really have an advantage to your work. I've got some white there, and this is, I used this last night, so I know it's juicy. So rather than me just scribble, I'm going to take my time. And it's not because I don't like squiggling, it's just that it needs a bit of neatness, but it also needs sort of I can't think of the word. It's like taming it down. You're not you're not trying to sort of overpower it, but just bring it back down a little bit so that it's, you know, it's a little bit more of what you were intending. And what it does is it brings it together. So I'm just going to go over some of this here, because this is the stripy stuff I put on, and I really liked it, so I'm going to make the most of that. And then I have my little bumps like that, and I work in threes, so really like that. Let's go to the next one. Only little bits, I don't need any more than that, because if I do any more than that, then I'm overdoing it. I can come back if I wish later on and add more to it. So here I'm just bringing the neatness to. Got to go out in a bit, I don't want to, but I have to. Right. I've got something planned for that, but I'll show you in a bit, but it's not actually at the moment. So I'm just going to, see that is coming off, so I'll put it back on, but not at the moment. And it's really funny because sometimes you just look at a page and think, well, what am I going to put on that? And you haven't got a clue. And then you look at it and you think, oh, right, dots. And they're in different brightnesses of it, you know. Like here, we've got small, big, small, big, small, big. Not one like that. They bring such a different emphasis. And then I'm going to just do this. creates such a focal point for that. Now it's the same with these because I've lost a lot. And the holes are punched in. See the hole there? You make a real pattern of them because they're there. You put them on. Well, I put them on. Hence, use them. I think what I tend to see when I'm doing this, not so much, well, in my work, I've sort of grown out of it now, but I see people trying to make things pretty too early on. And this is a journey, so you shouldn't be seeing anything really nice or finished yet. It should be on the way to it because you've only just started. It's a journey, and if it's finished now, great. But I'm never too sure about saying mine are finished because they're not. You know, so just be aware that if you do work and you want it to be pretty straight away, then maybe just have a little think about it and just think, no, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let my freedom go and not worry about it. Just add a little bit here and a little bit there, and don't try and make it pretty at the beginning. Honestly, I see so many people trying to finish it within the first hour, and it's like, no, you'll never do it justice, your own talent, because it's too, you're just adding too much pressure to yourself by making it wanna look nice when actually it's like putting one side of your makeup on or shaving one side of your beard or your moustache. You know, you've got to cut in half your hair. You know, you've got to wait for it to sort of develop, grow into, and become like cohesive. And it shouldn't come cohesive right at the beginning if it's a mixed media thing. And this sort of stuff is all about being free and loose and not too pretty. It can be pretty though, don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with being pretty in your work. Right, just a couple more now that I've done. I'm going to bring back. Um, so, here it's just pulls that together now. It's just and again this one. You don't have to do full lines, you can do sort of tailored lines, which is like they look like stitching or tacking or whatever. You don't have to do them. Anyway, so I'm going to come back to these now. I should be able to put some on actually. It's so dry. Oh yeah. So some fake stitching or like that. And you soon get completely engrossed. Believe you me. You're forgetting there with these out. This is a Shore and Marsh pen. They are really nice as well. For the price anyway, they work really well. So I'm just going to let that dry now. And I'm looking at these now and I want some straight lines. So I'm just adding some. No, don't. They've got to be straight. So the answer to that is use a bit of paper or card or whatever you've got. Use this. These are for me. My art clay. It's silver clay. Oh. Blending it out a little bit. So little tiny lines, not a lot. Sometimes you know, when do you start? Exactly, you know. I'm just going to put a window shape there because I just think that looks good. So this one, I'm going to try and get rid of what looks too blocky to me. So I'm going to come in from this side, I think. That's better. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the 3 lines and then dragging them up because I think it will hopefully alleviate some of that. There we go. So I'm going to put this away now because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I could do with some blue, some turquoise, or green, turquoise, blue, turquoise, dark green. Let's see what I can get. Should prime them. I mean, that's why the white's so good, because it's primed. Do as I say, not as I do, sort of. Then get be jigging me. There was a green one there, wasn't there? Oh, this might work now. No, it's still too light, look. Just see it. So what I'll do, leave them there. I've got some more here. The good old, I think it's too wet for this at the moment, but my moonlight pens and stuff. Oh, too wet, too wet, too wet, too wet. Right, okay, so let's get, oh, I didn't do this one, finish this, right? So adding white splodges to that, and I think I might just tidy these inner lines. Oh, I don't want them looking like nipples though. I mean, it's no, I know. So I've done some little building blocks on it. I keep saying do this, do that. So now I'm just going to get out some masking tape. Got that. That. And some fat stuff. Because I can. I think I might have to take one of them off. Oh, I've got a bit of fat stuff there. Don't want to be ripped this. Well, it does, but it's like I'm ripping on my own terms. I think you know, when you knock the edges of it and it goes all, there we go, that's the one I want. It goes all battered at the edges and won't stop tearing odd because you've nicked it with the edges and stuff. Oh, you probably don't understand a word I'm saying, but never mind. I know what I mean. So I've got all these on here like this. So just to show you, get rid of that one. They're about that big, okay? So now I've not used this for a while and it should have been primed, and I bet I haven't. Still too wet. So I'm going to give it a shake. See, that's an easy way. And we've got the Posca, which is brand new. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give some thought to the actual overall look and depth, pattern and texture. So we look at shape, form, texture, pattern, decoration, direction. Then we look at art forms. You know, we look at it? Is it balanced? Is it easy on the eye? Is it informative? All these things. I've got a PDF that I've put together if you wish it. I can't, for some reason I can't attach it to this, but yeah, it's really helps you sort of understand little bits. Not all of it, because I don't think anybody can understand all of it, but just gives you an oversight. So all I'm doing, oh, it's gone off. All I'm doing is putting pattern over this. Right, it's a bit messy that, but that's fine. Oh, it looks a mess. I know. Everyone's shut. Ooh. Right, okay. Now, if I was to explain all that terms, you'd be bored stiffly. So, this is, I'm creating movement. Movement now, journey, movement. So, what I'm doing is, essentially, is looking at what I've got, and I'm going, okay, I want it to be filled like a journey would be. You can't see where you start, you can't see where you end, but it really does not matter because you're filling it with direction, pattern, movement. So there we go. Looks crazy. I'm going to put this a few lines down here as well because I think it needs it. So I've left a little bit here that's left not as crazy. Right, okay, I think that's crazy enough. Right, so we get that. Right, let's look at one of them. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's the best ever. I'll put it up to show you. So, crazy. It's a bit big for that, but you let it dry. Let it dry. And then I get a bigger one, like this one. This bit here. And I'm just going to go, oh, I'll do it this way. Take a piece and just go, ooh, and then go. Notice that you don't need to do side effects with it. Ooh. So we're looking at that. That's just one piece that you can put on. Let's look at this bit. So if I wanted to, I could just run one piece, and I would glue it down then. I would glue that down, and even that's too big. But you've got your whole, that's better. So, because, oh, mind you, this masking tape is a bit stronger than that other one. The other one is meant for card making. You see? And then if I wanted to, I've got this here, I can break it up by putting white in the middle, or gold or copper. So, yeah, I'll show you this one. I've not done it, it can't really be done like this yet because I'm not ready to do it. But if I put the black on there, and then I can get the copper and run the copper by it, you do need to let it dry because it's really wet. See? Get it? So you've gone from all that to that. Now, you don't have to leave it at this. You can add any colours you want over it, but that is your now, is your complete washi tape. Right, now, let's get to the words. What time have we got? Right, we've got fair enough. So I did it on black because I used a white pen. Now, that isn't what you have to do, really. But I'm going to show you how I did it so that you can create this similar if you wish. So I'll put everything away. So I'm going to do it quite big for you so you can see. But you really don't need to do it this big, okay? So there's a couple that I'm going to do. I'll do it this way so it's got an easier right, so I'm going to do it only 1 inch, an inch and a half I think. So is that 1 and 2, so we'll have it at not perfect and all, but really it's just a guideline. I'm hoping that you can see what I'm doing. Right, okay, so you just see, yeah, now I'm going to be using that one. So I'm just going to put in, I might use a white pencil for you so you can see. Okay. Well, 30 years old, these pencils. This is a school one. Bloody hell. Oh, sorry. Right, so I'm just going to put in they're quite big those, but if you wanted to you could put like this onto acetate and put it underneath. You've got a glass mat or anything, or you can just trace over it, but we're going to do something like this, which is one of my favourite fonts I've made. I don't know if others have done it, but it's not a difficult one, so I'm pretty certain it's all been done before. But it's these here. I love these. So we're going to look at how I formed them. So what we're going to do is we'll do it here. D-R-E-A-M. Excellent. So D. So what I've done is I've just kept to the square. Okay. But if you look at these, I'll put a line on for you. Some are very low and some are very high. And right, there's low and there's high. So it means, yeah, everything's high, but and then on this one, everything's low. So that means like the R, the E and all that, I'll show you. So we go to the next one and we go all the way round. Now I'm thinking this is a little bit too big, and then it's just a short there. Okay. And then the E, I think it's a bit big. It's there. So it's all lower. Okay. And then the A is like that. So if I was to draw it in white, I'm not going to. I'm going to show you how I do it freehand, but if I was to draw it in white, I could do D, R, E, A. Okay, so you can see, and then just strengthen up your letters. Now I've done them quite blocky here, but you can do them thinner. So we've got dream. Okay, so I'm gonna do the word draw. So I'm gonna do it freehand now. Okay, quite exaggerated. So we'll do it high now. I'm not a particular lover of the high, but it does still work. So everything is at the top. And again, strengthen or thicken or whatever you want to call it, your letters. So you are like looking at that, and it's quite, well, boring. So I'm going to do everything 2 strokes now. So everything's going to be 2 strokes. It's all going to be the same shape. So you can see how that's long. So we've got these words, really like them. They've got to be dry. And then I'm just going to get, I think, one of the things I've tried everything. And ordinary pens are best for this. So I'll do a couple. So up here, I'm just going to do, she says, I think that's empty. Right. Now I'll put it safe again, haven't I? Yeah, safe, means safe. So let's see if we can do it. I'll do it with me basket pen. Do it with this pen. So on here, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. I'm doing high, low, high, low. So, yeah. And all on one side. So, there it is. Let's see if this works. She says, oh. Do you know what? These pens of mine, they're absolutely been, they're traumatised. I must admit, they're traumatised by this weather. It's not letting them do anything. So, put my 3 little stripes in. Like that. And here, putting a little, you could put a diamante on them if you want, you know, like a diamond art thing. That'll stick on them, or a hot fix, or whatever you want. And then you can give yourself a little border so that you're on it like that. So I'm just going around that. And you can go put little dots in there. Or what you can do is checkerboard, so you can go 1, 2, 3. Just be careful because you make a right cods like that, but don't matter if you make a cod because you can just put white back on it when it's dry. You know what I mean? All these patterns that you love doing with your doodles or noodles or everything, that they're ready to be used on these. Okay, so I thought I'll leave you with a couple of quotes that I found inspiring, and perhaps I'll draw them out for you on another piece. But yeah, I like this one. Oh, I like this one. Don't be trapped by dogma. Living with others' thinking. So what I've done there is I've done some print and then some joined up writing. I'll just do it so you can read it. Don't let the noise of others drown out your inner voice. So how would I go about that? Well, it's quite simple. I would go about it by doing, I'll go through one for you. I shouldn't really do it on here, but I will do it again. Don't be trapped So I'd be trying to do it and I would sort of go inside it and that, or maybe I'd do a square, so I'll have to do it in a pencil. So to get a square like that, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it'd be don't be trapped by, and then we'll go I'll show you now. I've printed, so I'll do it. You can go online and you can get thousands of fonts, and you will find one that suits you. So you've got all sorts of writing, and then you can put in some patterns. And then right, so all your patterning starts to come in then, and with your other pens. And if you look at the ones I've already done, so it's like long writing, handwriting, cursive, the opposite way, high and low letters, and then adding, you know, accept all your foibles. I love that. That's mine. Paint away your pain. That's another one of mine. Draw a breath. That is the key. Fragile. Develop your own dreams. And then I put desire to enjoy. And I'd cut them out and just, you know, cut them out, and then you can start to decorate them. And when you think that you're going to get a page like that, and you're just going to have one slither, you know, like that, you've got quite a nice little way of using these. I'm going to do it once and that's it. These are my £3mm pinking, or 2mm, or 1mm, I can't remember what, but these are my 1mm pinking shares, and they've got a really tiny edge. But if I was to put that on there, you know, you look at it, problem with me is I try and correct my own line and my own lining straight, so I think that's too big, but there's nothing to stop me putting it down there, or I think that's too big. So what would I do? Desire to enjoy. So let's play it up. Well, I hope that's helped you, because I would go on faffing about now for ages, looking at the pages that it fits. Oh, I've got some print off that. Excellent on there. So if you've got something like that, bang that on it. If you don't want it, that is. Some people like it. I do, actually. I quite like stuff like that. So, yeah. So that's all ready for JJJ 7. Can you believe it? We're halfway through the month. Can you believe that? Oh, look at these bits that I've cut off. Oh, nice. These, like, just that, like that. Perfect. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some black card. I'm going to whop the edges off it, like that there. I'll use these for paper instead. Oh, I'm loving that edge. Let me bring it up. Go on this one. So, I think maybe there. There. It's powerful, isn't it, when you've just got a little bit of card like that. So, yeah, so until, I think it's going to be Sunday now. I don't know, it all depends on football. Is it Saturday night? I can't remember. It's going to be, I think, Sunday. And I hope it all goes all right with us. But I will get back to you, put a note, but they're all on my YouTube, which is LouTube, as you know. And yeah, I've enjoyed immensely. Now I've got to do the mundane things like cleaning the toilet, blah de blah de blah. You know, you can only put it off so long, can't you? But I will see you in the next few days. Please put your work on here. Please, please, please show me what you're doing, because I am really, really interested. And if I say this, which is a bit rude of me, and on art, not everybody's interested, and they are, you know, and it's really difficult. But I am truly, ask anybody, interested in how you develop your own skills. Instructors instruct you how to do things, like, and teachers give you stuff for you to then develop. So I hope you enjoy this little journey of me developing your journal skills and my own. And I really thank you for taking the time to be around. So love you and leave you for now. If you can go and I put it on my page, my nephew and niece-in-law, or niece, I really hate that in-law bit, are doing kayaking down the Zambezi for a local dog's home, and Erica does amazing things. So please, if you can support them, it would be wonderful, because, you know, we've got to look after all these animals after COVID. You know, we're seeing a lot of displaced animals now. So if you can go and even just support them and say, you know, 27 miles kayaking down the Zambezi River isn't something to be sniffed at, is it? So I love you and leave you, and I hope to see you Sunday, and I will let you know. All right?